Yo, wait for a couple of people to get in. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I pay for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, man. Wait till this 720 pop on the way to work. Get this money. Yep. All right, we here. So basically, man, y'all see that thumbnail. Are you in or out? You know, and with the gender war, you see how I didn't use the picture. You could have had just a man and a woman up there, but it's like the scale in which people are doing. They sliding. They might be a man over here, but have female ways over there. You know, and it's funny how a lot of people in the space want the space to grow. A lot of people say they want this junk to die off because it ain't doing that. Ain't nobody helping each other. You know, there's rounds about the magazine coming out. People had their opinion. They think about it. You know, it's funny because I was talking to some brothers. I was like, dude, I'll make a manosphere comic book. Dudes already in this space deal with comic books already. So I just make a manosphere comic book, and it's gonna be like all these blow ups and stuff online, and what people having all these fights and talking about fighting online, and you know just random situations to where people going off on each other, the women, dudes, they getting their feelings about the women. Like, bro, leave her alone. Like, I never known to where if we have to talk about black women, most of the guys say they SYSBM, really they passport, but say the least. If you are, I think the whole SYSBM and stuff, like, leave the American black women alone. I'm talking about going overseas and getting you some chicks anyway. So it's like, why you even like worrying about them? Just leave them alone. That's like the biggest thing. If I don't like um broccoli, I'm not gonna go buy broccoli, put it in my house and all kind of stuff. Every day tell people how I don't like broccoli. Just don't deal with it. See people starting to step into the building. But when it come down to it, that's like the main thing, yo. Like, we supposed to be building in the space. And, I talked about it. I've noticed that a lot of guys meet up behind the scenes, don't really talk too much about it. I've been vocal about meeting on Kane, Gold Professor, Smooth, talking about meeting them. Sat down, talk, kicked it, you know, and we talking about stuff behind the scenes about doing things, you know. And the funny part is, like, guys who's supposed to be men of so-called means, they say, and the dudes that's supposed to be running the space, the dudes that's supposed to be working with each other, like, what are we really doing? You know, like, my whole thing is not to um govern people in a relationship. They just get these dudes actually knowledgeable about having a relationship for one, do's and the don'ts. I mean, you got guys in their 40s still don't know certain things. As a man, you're supposed to be, handling your household. All you know is you want a woman that cook and clean. What else? You know, the biggest thing is if a woman right now came and say she'll do everything you want, what you gonna do with her? What you gonna provide with her? You know, because the man's supposed to be the leader, protecting provider. We talk about that, but what's gonna happen when you get that woman? Because we've been on the internet, fighting about this for so long. When it really comes down to it, will you get her? What you gonna do with her? You're gonna be thinking about her rebelling against you. You know, don't want to marry her because you don't want her to take your money. Ain't no guarantees in this, bro. Ain't no guarantees. I always say that my wife can leave me at any given time. Ain't no guarantee in this. Human nature is one thing you can't predict, man. Most of these women either planning for it or they already pretty much just, they feelings about you change. It is what it is. Divorce, make sure you don't get all your money taken and move on. Because in the end, like, what can you really stop? You know, your kids can't sit here and love you to a certain degree. I mean, we seen with Dre daughter. Look how she ran up on Dre with the foolishness right after he's in the media about getting a divorce. You know, who knows if that was planned by his wife or not? Who knows if she just doing it on her own for clout? Nobody knows but them. We only speculating all the stuff that coming into the media and giving our assumption, our opinions, but until you come out with the hardcore facts, I mean, it is what it is. Even with the situation with, I'm gonna take Dr. Dunbar for instance. Dr. Dunbar, he has 4 channels. He's putting in the work as far as business, entertainment, STEM, just his overall channel. The big discussions where he just a lot of things he discussed. He got the science and technology. He got the sports channel. Sports channel went big, you know, but when it comes down to it, Dr. Dunbar easily could just don't even deal with this space, still be productive doing his thing, but he's interested in getting, the younger generation into STEM. He's not talking to young kids for the most part. He's talking to these grown old people. And yeah, y'all old. And to the point, he's making it to where the parents are getting involved to get their kids involved, you know. Or you have a couple of younger people that's, 18 in their early 20s. They're listening. They might want to, they're getting in the STEM, you know. But it's about having that mindset, growing up around those talks of, getting into science, getting into tech, getting in that field early. So with the parents having a mindset, it goes on to the kids. You know, even with his sports channel, man, Dr. Dunbar has a lot of good knowledge about sports, especially about now, I ain't gonna even crack that joke. I was gonna say Notre Dame just to mess with you, Dr. Dunbar. I know you're a Michigan guy, man. But yeah, I mean the team, the coaches, staff, not football, basketball, all around. And we have these talks. That's the biggest thing, man. The space is supposed to help you come out with a clear cut picture, you know, giving you some type of direction in which you want to carry on. I mean, like I said, going back to that thumbnail I put up there, you got guys over here in the space. See, if you look at the thumbnail, you have woman on one end and it slides to a man. And that's what most people are doing. They're in the space getting caught in between. They on the panels have a male's voice, you know, and I mean, for the most part, that's why that's why I get on guys about their feelings, man. That's why I hit them with the max with it. I mean, just it's funny, but it's true. Like dudes get like too emotional about some of the most simplest of things. I mean, even like with the magazine coming out, I've been hearing little stuff. You know, I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but guys mad about the magazine, about people coming on. Like, I'm just gonna say the guys who running the whole thing with the magazine, for the most part, you got people over here trying to, you know, say, well, he's gonna make money off the space, or he's gonna make money off of me. Just tell him don't put you in there. You know, once he get that notice that I don't want to be in a magazine, cool. You don't want the free promotion, cool. You don't want to be acknowledged to where you can have more subs because you're putting out content that's in the book that they're talking about. It's just like the list, you know, and the list is growing. That's going around the manosphere, and it's putting great content creators on that list every time. To be honest, the list, if it was coming out more often or to a degree, they have like a range of every 3 months or you know whatever, then that list will be piled up with lots of people on there. And I've talked to a content creator. I was like, hey man, I ain't gonna say the guy's name, but I told him, I was like, why don't you start a list for the content creators in the space? You know, start a list for the content creators in the space that, you know, are newcomers. The newcomers. I mean, don't have many subs, you know. I'll even have less than 200. I'll have less than 5. But the point of it is them making the list and get them some type of exposure. I mean, because if their content is what it is, all day people are gonna come. I mean, I see people with I ain't gonna I see people with over 5,000, you know, 10,000, close to 10,000 subs, but hardly have nobody viewing the video when they go live. So it is what it is. People come, they'll sub to your channel. Sometimes they fall off. You know, the content ain't where it's at no more. They fall off. If you know they get in their feelings about the content creators that you know take breaks, that's the thing. You got to have that heat if every single time. A lot of people are using this space as a means of getting paid, and by all means, you got to put it. You got to put in those 8 hours or more. You know, that's the thing with a business. A lot of people don't understand. When it comes to business, long sleepless nights, man. A lot of guys just expecting this stuff to be so easy, cut, paste, and dry. Like, man, go get a mic or just use my phone, you know, and I'm good. You know, it can be used as a passive income, but I mean, if you take it serious, like you'll get almost way more from it. But to the point where a lot of guys looking at this space being what it is, like you got to make a decision on how you want to proceed down that road. You know, the content is here. People are here to listen. It's all about what you bring into the table. You know, and like I said, yeah, even if I start that comic book, somebody might start a comic book before me. I still do one. I don't care. Like, and if we have a situation where you know, no dish to anger man, but if it's a any kind of words about me putting it, call it the Black Manosphere comic book, hey, I can name it something else. I call it Black Space. I can name it something else. I can call it We Here. You know, but the point of it is, It's the message. Everybody's so concerned with the messenger, and the message always get lost in the sauce. We can have a lot of people come on talk about something good, but it never gets to the public because you know a lot of people in space, all they want to do is, for the most part, shut you down, silence you. Certain things they don't want getting out, certain things they don't want in reference to them, or because they want to do it. You know, just like the thing back in the day with comedy, they always hit it. First one brings it out, that's your joke. You got to get it to the public. You go to these little small comedy places, they all right. But the point of it is, you got the bigger comics, they go steal the joke, take it on stage, mainstream. So you got that small comic saying that same joke. Hey man, you stole that from such. That's it. No, that's my joke originally. I mean, cause it's so cutthroat, man. I hear a lot of people talking about that in the comedy space where a lot of guys do that. Same thing with this space. The smaller channels, you would be surprised. Like a lot of stuff. Now sometimes a lot of them small channels be capping, like people were taking their content, but to the point where you hear certain things to the T, man, you automatically know. Automatically know where it comes from. Like dude can do a video showing like, man, look, I did this so many years. That's like the whole high value thing. Lucario, the guy Lucario talked about high value. He had he had the proof. He had the video, he talked about, but that was his definition of high value. So it wasn't created by Kevin. And looking from there, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that people get into and talk about. Hey, they snatch from other channels, they listen, because this whole space, everybody pretty much is like revolving the information. You know, it's not like my experience is not being found out here. When it come down to it, you got to look at this. I got married. I married a baby mama. A lot of guys found, oh, no, you can't supposed to do that. No, in this space, man, and man, you take care of another man's kid. And okay, for one, we talk about our boys. We talk about building this and that. My wife had a son. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because she got a girl, I'm not supposed to be with her. Even if she had the boy, I'm supposed to condemn the boy because his mom don't know how to, make the right decision and picking the man properly. Even with the situation where the dad, got issues. That's the way y'all feel. Like I said, I got married before I got in this space. You know, I hear little talks about certain things, but I just move different. You know, ain't no real set like thing for the ministry anyway. Because when we're talking about men raising men, if you really feeling this lady and she's a good woman, what's it to her to have a child? And like I said, I don't never they don't let nobody get it twisted. I don't never promote dating single moms. That's a choice you make. So when it come down to it, you'll never catch me on my boy shit on my knees. I waited 20 years. I waited 10 years with my queen. None of that shit. Nah, nah. My wife is cool people. I'm like, yeah, she got kids, but she good. We have our conversations. A lot of that little petty stuff got out right when we were dating. So the marriage was gonna be easy. When it comes down to the point of a lot of people, talking about women without kids. Ah man, these women, if they 40 years old, man, and they had no and she you can marry a girl at whatever age you want. That's your decision. You know, that hit the wall at 30 stuff, hell, she probably went through a whole phase just like you went through your whole phase. You know, we already know it's frowned upon in women, but men do it. It's you know it's certified. They're G. They this and they that. But when women do it, it's frowned upon. I mean, that's society. That's how it is. That's how the rules go. So women can't get mad when a dude call them a hoe, so they don't have sex with a whole bunch of women because that's what society says. Same thing with the men. When the men do that, you know, hey, what women gonna say? Yeah, he a hoe too. He is, but it's not frowned upon. I mean, that's the way society made the rules. You know, that's why women get certain privilege and treatment. That's a woman. You don't supposed to hit a woman. Not supposed to do that. And then we be like, all right, man, but she hit me first. Hey, that's the way society made the rules. Society made the rules like that. Everybody gets salty about certain things. Not even just in this space. I mean, just in the world. This the way we live. I could do something to a woman, I get in trouble. She do something to me, you a man, man. You supposed to be strong. A girl punch me, I supposed to take it. I punch a girl, oh man, 911, get him out of here. That's the way society is deeming. So when women, when they get mad for certain things, you got to take the good with the bad. A lot of women got in situations to where men can get called the police on and be treated a certain way by police and this and that, and they know they covered by it. But when it comes to the dudes, you know, dudes got to suck it up. And a lot of women are saying, "Well, these guys are complaining like females. They complaining so much and this and that." A lot of men have never had voices. They've been silenced about this stuff. You know how many men got raped by a woman, which is supposed to be good from men's standpoint. But if you just don't want to have sex, you just don't want to have sex. Same thing that goes for with women. If a woman, somebody do that to a woman and that happens, all hell breaks loose. You going doing time. When a dude might say something about that, just imagine for all the women that say men are getting soft nowadays and all this crap. Just imagine a dude going down to a police precinct telling them a woman took against his will, you know, he already gonna be feeling her when she take off her clothes. I mean, that's just even if you don't want to have sex, that nature kicking you to the point where you like, damn, she look good, but I'm trying to save myself. I mean, that you might be a virgin trying to save yourself and don't want to go this way, don't want to go that way, and hey, boom, it happens. There you go. Like you can't really be on that when it come down to it. Oh, my bad. But when it come down to it, y'all had sex. You feeling bad about it. You wanted to be a virgin until you got married. What do you think is gonna happen when you go down there to the precinct and file a complaint or something against to get this girl locked up? Tons of dudes are gonna be laughing at you. They're gonna say, "What you this way?" Say the G word. You know, something wrong with you, man. You supposed to feel good about that. Nah, but I ain't want to do it. Come on, man. You gonna make me do this paperwork on this woman? Really, man? You gonna make me do this to this woman? You gonna that conversation is gonna be long all the way down, and in the end, that guy gonna have to go out. Man, I can't do it, man. I'm just gonna have to live with this for the rest of my life. Some people get crushed by that. Some people don't. But the point of it is, it happens. Situations like that happen. We have that go on, and people feel some type of way about it and want to voice their opinion like we wrong or we doing something harmful to each other. Hey, like I said, that's society. That's how it is. When it come down to it, had these other situations to where they talking about men complaining and also what from that too. But you got to look at it like this: a lot of men, like I say, been silent. They they haven't had to say anything or voice their opinion about a lot of stuff because when it come down to it, we always have men supposed to be stronger. men's supposed to be harder, men's supposed to do this, men's supposed to do that. So when it come down, for the most part, you're not supposed to let no woman be over you or talk to you a certain way. That's true. You know, not supposed to let no woman tell you how this and tell you how that. And if you don't listen, you know, it's almost like to the extent I'm gonna beat your butt because I'm the woman. You need to listen to me and be like this. So men complain about that. Women say, well, not complain. Men talk about that. He's complaining. He's soft. He's this. Why can't he, for the most part, listen to me and do what I say? Because I had this conversation with one of my cousins, and we was talking about this, man. It was crazy as hell. When you have a situation, shout out to Underrated for sharing the video, but you have a situation where women would tell you, why can't you listen to me? I'm your wife. I need to lead the family. Cool. If you need to lead my family, I don't have a problem with it. Cool. When the car needs to be something done with the car needs to be done, if you don't have the money, you gotta roll up your sleeves and go out there and change that oil. When we don't have that extra money for the bills, you gotta work more hours because that's what the leader does. You just want to be a dictator. Tell me how to do things, how to run stuff, but then when the problems occur, you'll delegate the work back to me. That's not what the leader does. So a lot of women want to fill that position, but you got to be all the way in or out. You can't be in between. And that's what I be saying when it come down to it. That leadership, the leader protection and provide. That's what the women gonna have to do if they want to step in that role. That's how I look at it. I mean, you be different, but most women do want a man to make decisions to a certain degree, but they want to run stuff. Same thing with men. You know, to an extent, if you're gonna run stuff, you can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. You got to be that man that says, "I'm sitting here in the gap, and I'm gonna do everything far as you know, taking care of the bills. Even if your girl works, you take care of the bills to a certain degree. She, pay the rest or do the rest. Y'all have it's easy. All this traditional stuff, man, is gone. Women are not gonna get no man that sit there and pay all the bills and she take her money and do whatever with her money. It's very rare you're gonna find a guy that do that in 2021. Even with that, they have. They can make choices. They don't. I mean, whether it be the wrong choice or the right choice, everybody has that capability of making choices. But the point of it is, if you're gonna shout out being the leader, the provider, and all that stuff, and to like overthrow the kings and queens or whatever, you gotta be in it to win it. If I tell you that I'm a be like my wife, for instance, me and her, hell, she got her bills, I got my bills. There's certain times to where we've been in to where I give her my check, she pay all the bills, and there's certain times she gave me her check, and I mean, this vice, she give me her check, I pay all the bills, I give her my check, she pay all the bills. Then we split them up sometime. It all differs. I mean, sometime I might don't pay that bill because I'm doing something else with my money. I tell her to pay it, and I pay one of her bills, or either or. It don't matter. Long as the bills get paid, nothing get cut off, everything get done what it's supposed to be done. That's the key. All this traditional man that's gonna pay all the bills, that's long gone. You're gonna very rare find a guy that's gonna do all that. Even with the women nowadays, a woman, she wants a traditional house but a modern look. It's either one or the other. When it comes down to it, And that's what I say when it far as the people in the space, you can't slide with your gender. You gotta if you want to be a man, that's why I say I have a hard time kind of deciphering certain things when it comes to them. Not trying to bash men, but you gotta stand on your square, man. You can't get thrown off your square. If you say you're gonna start doing certain things with your family, that's what you gotta do. If you're gonna, be over the family, there's certain things, certain guidelines you gotta follow. And a lot of guys are not following guidelines. They want to be the leader, protector, and provider for the family. But when it comes down to it, in certain instances, they want to point the finger and saying why you can't do this, why you not this, why you not being this. When it's not beneficial for you, it's just not. A lot of people not gonna go for it. You know, if I don't get the benefits of running a situation, why I'm gonna get in there? You know, if I'm going into a relationship with a woman and I'm trying to set the family up or set us up to become married, and she wants to run stuff her way, why get married? Why be in that relationship? Even 5 years down the line when it turns, you know, get a divorce. Like when it comes down to a lot of people believe in, death do you part. I believe in that as well, but to the point I say work it out first. Try to get a, understanding. We got married with the intent of being together forever. Now, there's situations that happen to where it's not going to fulfill your happiness. And when those situations come around and you can't work around them, divorce. I mean, I've heard guys talk about sitting in their cars before going in the house because they irritated with their old lady. Why are you sitting in a miserable relationship making yourself be miserable due to the fact you don't like them? Like, even with women, yesterday I heard a woman, she said, like, she was like on the phone with a friend. And I know she didn't want to say that the dude beat on her. And her friend, first thing she said was, "With that dude put his hands on you." So I already know, like the way her friend said it, either he done it or you know he's aggressive like that. And her thing was, "Nah, he didn't, but he was trying to play me." So that was my intent, just to walk away, let her talk to her friend because we was the only two in the corner. But then came back around and was talking about how she a side chick to the dude and why the dude's so aggressive. I'm like, that makes it even more crazy. But yeah, man, I think I'm about to get ready to get out of here, man. Cause I got some more work I gotta get into. Oh, got a business call. Gotta go. Like I always say, we here and we gone.